Good evening, fuckers. We are back with the next Train Simulator Classic request video. This is a video or a request that came from, I've had to write this one down, Lazerjetjordanscottcrawford. Real catchy name you got there. Now, all he requested was a destination and a loco. So, I've done what I can. His destination was Motherwell, and I'm not exactly spoilt for choice when it comes to departure stations that will, at least take us through Motherwell. In fact, I had two options. One was Carlisle, but I've already had Carlisle feature plenty of times in these videos, either as a departure or destination station. So I chose the second option, which is Carstairs. So this is taking place entirely in Scotland. So yeah, Carstairs to Motherwell. It's not the longest of journeys. It's just under 16 miles. So yeah, it is fairly short. That could, however, be a blessing, because his choice of loco was the Class 156, which I am most certainly not a fan of. So, in order to liven things up a little bit, as far as the conditions, I've chosen autumn and I've chosen stormy weather. So this will be the first stormy run we've done in any of these requests. So the combination of storms and a Class 156 DMU means we're going to get wheel slip. It's pretty much guaranteed. I will also I'll say I will make this an all stops journey, but I have a feeling there aren't any stops between Carstairs and Motherwell, but I guess we'll find out. So that's the setup. Let's get this underway. Well, here we are. So, Carstairs station. Here is our two car, as always, 156 with the lovely ScotRail livery. I don't quite know why they decided that the ideal colours for a Scottish rail company was red, purple and teal, but there we are. And here we are in this incredibly small, cramped, dark, dingy, gloomy cab that the 156 has. Now we need to set up our lights. So we want marker lights, destination light. That I think is everything as far as the lights go. Let's just double check it. Yep, all looking good. we'll, well, I'll say we'll let people on. I don't think there are a huge number of people exactly waiting to get on here. The dreadful weather is certainly playing its part. Now, while we're waiting for the doors to shut, could do with putting the windscreen wipers on. However, now how long do you reckon it will be before that becomes really properly annoying? So we'll turn those off, because at the moment we don't seem to be needing them. So remember, all of the actual train controls need to be done with a keyboard. The inputs from the HUD don't actually work. So the journey is 15.85 miles. As I say, we will treat it as all stops, but I'm not sure we're going to have any stops. But let's see how we do anyway. So brakes off, let's get underway. Now I can't go mad with the throttle because, say, in these conditions it's going to be wheel slip galore. In fact, I can show you it will be wheel slip galore, because I'll stick it straight into max speed 700 and we've not got any wheel slip. Now, I did a practice run of this yesterday and I had wheel slip galore if I put it straight into 700%, but now no, absolutely fine. But I am liking the fact that yeah, no raindrops on the front windscreen, so I haven't got to put up with that extremely annoying windscreen wiper noise. Anyway, we're into a 95 section. Obviously we are not going to be able to do anything like 95. We certainly won't be able to do 100, which is coming up in less than a quarter of a mile. But it does mean that, again, I can just slap it straight into full throttle, 700%, and we should be absolutely fine. So we are on a fairly gentle uphill climb, 1 in 300, but in this weather, even a climb as gentle as that could have some pretty hefty impact on our acceleration rate. Certainly see we are in the Scottish lowlands, but just as with the vast majority of the Scottish routes, the scenery still looks fantastic. I don't think we're going to have any trouble as far as the signals along this route. I think we're going to have greens pretty much all the way. One thing I will say in favour of this train, it has a seriously loud horn. If memory serves from the previous video that I did while in a Class 156, I think 75 mph is going to be close to the limit of this thing. I think it will actually... No, I think it did manage to do up to 80, didn't it? So either way, we've still got more speed to come out of this thing. The uphill climb is now 1 in 200. We are approaching the summit of this climb though. Craig the Hill is apparently what it is that we are currently climbing up. So we are very nearly at 75. There we are, 75. We're now going downhill, a 1 in 190. So this will certainly help our... I was going to say help our acceleration. I think we've already reached our peak, so this is just going to give us some extra speed that normally we wouldn't have. So we're now entering a 100 mph section, because that's going to make all the difference. Motherwell is now only 10 miles away. It does really look like there will be no stations between here and Motherwell itself. Bit of a shame actually. I quite fancy seeing how this thing will break and how it will start again from standstill in this sort of weather. Ah, Carluke Station has come to the rescue, so we will be stopping here, and we've got to then stop on a downhill section. So we are doing 83.8 mph, and even though we are coasting, we are also downhill on a 1 in 130. We are not stopping, we're not going to be stopping at a particularly quick rate. I think we're going to need to put the brakes on a little sooner than usual. Oh, so we got wheel slip. I can't really avoid it. I've got to try braking. Right, I think, yeah. I think what's happening is that yeah, we're slowing the wheels down, but the train itself may not be slowing down. But yes, wheel slip galore. The whole time we've been stopping, and we may overshoot only just. Actually, no, I think we'll be all right. So the front has gone past a bit. There we go. Certainly no more wheel slip now. So yeah, the second car, actually this front car, if you went through this door you'd be able to get on and off no problem. So this is car Luke. This platform, and therefore these rails being out in the open, much more sort of exposed to the elements. So let's see how we do. So brakes off. Let's get out of the way. We're going to have to take it pretty easy as we pull away. And normally I would be at full throttle by now, but let's see how we do now. Well, it's a bit of a slow start, but I think we did alright there. Put it this way, we had no wheel slip, so it could have been a lot worse. So, max speed reduction to 90 in just under a mile. Clearly that is not going to have any impact on us. So we are now on a 1 in 100 downhill climb. No wonder we were having trouble braking for this yeah, Carluke station there. So, got a good gun barrel straight section, but we are still going downhill. So it does surprise me that we have quite a succession of speed limit decreases, 90 to 80 to 70 to 60, but it does then go back up to 70 in about, well, by now, yeah, just over a mile and a half. We do also have a, yeah, well, if we have too many curves like this, then suddenly the speed limit changes make a lot of sense. Now we may, well, we may need to react at the 70 mph one. We will certainly have to react for the 60 mph one. And that again is very likely to result in wheel spin from us. So we'll coast a bit so that we make sure we are, actually no, to say make sure we're fine when we pass the 70 mph section. But that will mean, yeah, we will have left braking far too late, I think, for the 60 mph section. So I think we need to right. No. Oh, there we go. So I managed to avoid the wheel spin for the vast majority of it, but not that time. So I've got to somehow maintain controlled braking for our speed, because this corner is pretty sharp. I can clearly see why this is 60 mph. But also without getting wheel spin. There, yeah, okay, so we're out of that, we're into a 70 mph section now, so now we're fine. And we're very soon going to be in a 105 mph section, so we'll be more than fine then. So neutral section coming up, the Wishaw neutral section obviously doesn't affect us at all. Didn't even affect us when we were driving through it in a Class 87, which was, to put it mildly, rather annoying. So anyway, Motherwell is now about 3 3/4 miles away. Right, we do have another station coming up. We have Shieldmuir, so we will stop there. Once we stop there, we are more or less right on top of Motherwell anyway. Right, we'll coast through a bit because, yeah, again, I think we're going to have wheel slip issues as we try braking for this place. Especially as we are, yeah, we're on a 1 in 100 downhill wheel slip straight away. So if I reduce the braking to 20%, yeah, it makes no difference. So we're going to have wheel slip no matter what we do. Try using the sander. Well, it has stopped it. We're also actually slowing down a bit too much, so put the sander on again. Yeah, braking way too early again. But hopefully the fact that, yeah, we are coming in this slowly. Yeah, without the sander, our deceleration was so bad. So yeah, we needed that. Okay. So here we are then at Shieldmuir. Pretty much just on the outskirts of Motherwell itself. I just noticed everyone seems to be sort of, yeah, waist deep in platform. That's not good. Right, everyone's on. There we go. Let's Motherwell is less than 2 miles away, so yeah, even with my powers of prediction and my success rate there, I think I can safely say it's the next station. So that 80 mph, yeah, I say that speed restriction surely meant it was the start of the Motherwell station. It is. So again, I think the sander will be very much in order as we brake for here. Wheel slip the instant I put the brakes on. Using the sander, it's helping bring our speed down quicker, but it's not reducing the wheel slip any. Yeah, so we're slowing down way too fast. We're still a quarter of a mile away from it. So we'll coast along at 25. You can see the start of the platform there. Yeah, wheel slip straight away kicks in. So these weather conditions really do not help. I'm sure that doesn't come as a huge surprise. So there we are. That is Motherwell Station. So yeah, not a particularly long video because yeah, I didn't have a great deal of options as far as the starting point. So yeah, Carstairs to Motherwell. But we did get a couple of stations on the way as well, so you know, could have been worse. Yeah. Well, let's see just how much wheel spin yeah, we had. So we had wheel slippage for 12 2/3% of the entire journey, which ain't great. Oh well. There we are. So that was Carstairs to Motherwell in the middle of a pretty hefty storm in the class 156. So if you if you want to request a video, then you will find the link in the description. Click on that link, not just in this video, in all of the request videos. Click on the link there that takes you to the Your Requests Here video. That is where you make your requests, and yeah, you will also find a list of all the routes and all the locomotives that I have available. Bung your request in and we will get it done. Anyway, we'll see you on the next one.